Hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets Extended. This is Algaris115 speaking and happy December the 4th. We have just about mastered the Rictus Sempra challenge yesterday, look at that time, and maxed out the number of house points we can conceivably have over Slytherin, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff. So, let's just step outside and we'll be invited to a very fancy meeting.
Harry, the weekly Hogwarts ceremony is about to start. Follow me and I'll show you where it is.
Yeah, so presumably this took place even in the last year, but this is really the first time we'll see them happening, hence the very helpful girl will show us the way. But before we attend the ceremony, I was thinking about taking a nap. Whenever we have to do something, that's where my thought process goes. Now, there's a rhyme and reason to what I'm doing. I'm always trying to show you new content from the extended mod, so let's pop it in.
There's the portrait of the Gryffindor common room. It's good to see you again, Harry.
Fat Lady has more lines than this. Shame we get the same one we got during our first night at Hogwarts. Nevertheless, really the only reason I want to go here is to bump into Colin, because he has some lines to share.
Wow, the Gryffindor common room! I'm going to take some pictures to send home to my dad.
You know, I'm currently at the very beginning of my first playthrough through Hogwarts Legacy, and of course, I got sorted into Hufflepuff, but I really can't wait to check out the Gryffindor Common Room's recreation of this place.
Did you know that if you eat a chocolate frog, you get back stamina?
Yes, absolutely. Stephen Fry already notified us.
It's brilliant here, isn't it?
It actually is brilliant here, yeah. So, you can save if you want to, it's entirely up to you, but I just really want to show you that Colin will be here from time to time, and you can bump into him and talk into him. Maybe do that whilst you can. Oh yes, foreshadowing indeed. Now, again, before we do the housepoint ceremony, in case you guys have been paying attention during our 2nd December's episode, you probably know where I want to take you now. There are two places. First and foremost, we've been to the DADA classroom in a cutscene, but we haven't gotten a chance to explore it. So that's exactly what I'm gonna fix now at the Hogwarts staircase, okay? Remember, it is on the 3rd floor. There it is, that awkward green square. Now, afterwards, I'd love to take us down to the 2nd floor, because we also have a very interesting challenge room to explore since we completed Professor Lockhart's first lesson. But how about we talk to these two really creepy girls?
That painting is enchanting, literally.
Which one? I can just about take my pick.
Someday there'll be a portrait of me in this room.
Given the number of portraits in this room, probably yes.
The painting over there, I swear it's watching me.
That's mildly concerning.
That painting is almost as cute as Professor Lockhart.
I don't know which one you mean, but I bet it's not. Professor Lockhart's the best.
That painting is enchanting, literally.
Okay, that's just a repeat.
These paintings are okay, but I much prefer abstract.
Everyone's a critic.
The painting over there.
Okay, now this girl has also another line.
Tell me about the Ford Anglia. I'm fascinated by non-magical machines.
There we go, this is the one I wanted her to say, yeah. So, it seems we got quite the fan club given our adventure. It was all Ron's idea, but I'm not telling them. No, we were behind it.
Here's the defense against the dark arts classroom.
Indeed, but no class happening. You know what that means. We're absolutely gonna wreck the place and pick it clean. Oh yes. Now, for beans, which seems to be the most common quantity from armors in our 2nd year in Hogwarts, then a box over on this side. Okay, that's about it. At least the number of beans in this box is fixed, not varied. But there he is! Oh my god, the best professor there's ever been at Hogwarts. Let's talk to him.
Keep it up. You're almost as good as me.
That's quite the compliment coming from someone as good as you.
I once subdued a Hungarian haunter with nothing but sulfur-flavored Bertie Bott's every flavor beans.
Look guys, I know he's an identity thief. I know it's all made up. But come on, this is so awesome.
Keep it up. You're almost as good as me.
And by the way, the line about the Hungarian Hauntel you can also hear when you cast Flipendo on one of the statues in his challenges.
Cream puff is my favorite flavored bean.
As is this line, okay? So these are reused somewhat. Now, let us open the chest and get our hands on a card. I think this lady's name is Musidora Barquith. I don't know why I remember it. Oh yeah, Musidora Barquith, 1520 to 1666. composer of the Unfinished Wizarding Suite, which features an exploding tuba. Its performance has been banned since the last performance in 1902, when it blew the roof out of the Eckerley Town Hall. I have no idea where Eckerley is, but her outfit looks way more modern than late Renaissance. Interesting. Anywho, I would love to watch that performance from a safe distance. Okay, on the other side, on the shelf over there, there's nothing, but if we look up, of course, there's the dragon skeleton. We gotta cast Flipendo at it. Or maybe a wyvern, something smaller than a dragon, a drake maybe. And we get rewarded with a small, disgusting spider, which will climb on top of us. Guys, you know my thoughts and feelings about spiders. They disgust me so much that I wouldn't even want to step on them because I had to burn my shoes. Just, no, I don't want anything I come into contact with to come into contact with a spider. That's how much I hate these things. Okay, it's finally done. Unfortunately, we don't get to topple it and make it crash or anything like that. Now, this should be familiar from the Rictus Sempra challenge. Oh, wait, no. They'll be later in a Spongify challenge. Sorry, guys, I make things up. Now, very cool Easter egg, again, as part of the extended mod, we can see two of Professor Lockhart's books directly from the movie, Trouble with Trolls and Magical Me. How awesome is that? So the author of the extended mod just put these here, just like the Daily Prophet Gringotts break-in paper in the Gnome Hidey Hole. Now, like I said, every person of authority in Hogwarts has a high chair quite like this, so let's use it to get here and fix my mistake from 11 years back, when I had no bloody idea there are beans at this balcony and that it's climbable. Isn't that just the most satisfying thing ever? If you were thinking of re-entering Rictus Sempra challenge like this...
I wonder why this door is locked. Oh well.
Doesn't unfortunately work. It will actually work like this in the Prisoner of Azkaban game, where you can also re-enter challenges either from challenge entry or a dedicated classroom. But that's really all I wanted to show you on the third floor. We have really now explored all the floors to the extent that we can up until we learn new spells. Let's parkour onto the second floor. And now, I want to take us to the library. Like I said, if you've been paying attention during our first day at Hogwarts, which was the 2nd December episode, you'll know of a certain secret hiding place that Professor Lockhart has behind the fireplace, where if we attend his first lesson, a challenge will unlock. And that challenge is where I'm taking us right now. My goodness, I love the library as an extension of the explorable Hogwarts. So serene and beautiful. And you know what, each time we'll be passing by these students, let's bump into them.
Go away!
Maybe not.
There's no reason to jostle a fellow.
Literally everyone hates us.
Isn't the weekly house point ceremony sometime soon?
Yes, we should be there, but everyone's gonna wait patiently, right?
Harry, we'll be late for class.
No, not class. Housepoint ceremony. I guess you guys aren't invited. You aren't exclusive enough. Okay, so here we are back again. You can see this door.
No getting through this door just now.
Still locked, and it will be a while until we learn the Spongify spell before it unlocks. But this one, no longer barred, and we can enter.
Ready to begin? Good luck! 3, 2, 1, go!
Now don't worry, these optional challenges accessible from the library via the extended mod are not timed, despite what Professor Lockhart says. He can give you the impression, but of course he expects only the very best from his students and we don't want to let him down, so we're gonna hurry the hell up. But one and only thing really to keep in mind about these challenges, the only point to them is to get more beans, okay? And every challenge like this has a certain number of challenge stars, but unlike the actual spell challenges over here, you will not be awarded anything for finding all of them. You just get that warm fuzzy feeling. And it's a matter of wizard excellence for us to do that, so I'm absolutely going to show you where all the stars are. And another thing to think about, 3 secrets, okay? So these Lockhart's challenges, just challenge stars and secrets, ultimately leading to more beans. That's it, just enjoy this. And they are absolutely beautiful to look at, not as beautiful as the statues.
Here you go!
Wow, that's very generous.
I'm always happy to give students beans.
By the way, these 2 statues, again, varied numbers of beans you can get between 1 and 5. So, a bit of a curveball. You're never gonna have the same amount of beans when you replay this game. Okay, just 4 there. Alrighty. Now this is such an intricate room, and actually we get a preview from the bottom to the very top where the final challenge star is, and just like in the spell challenges, it's not part of the count. So if you count the final one, there are actually 12 stars here. All you gotta do is just jump. I know, This was a brutal challenge, but we managed to overcome it. Look at all these portraits.
Here you go.
Oh, wow. We are really getting lucky this time.
Don't eat them all at once.
No promises there. Okay, let's see what the ornate chest contains. 8. That's a fairly standard number of beans. But oh my god, a trap! We gotta earn what we take. Quick, before they fire from their buttocks. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Again, if we were using maybe tank controls and aiming slowly, then it could be potentially dangerous. And the door over here now suddenly unlocked. Okay. Now, if you want, you can already cast Alahomora at the box over there, which I find funny for some reason. Woohoo! But let's do that more. Oh my god, there's plenty of gnomes there. What's going on? Some gnomish mischief and mayhem. Okay, okay. That one, we're not gonna grab, but we threw him into the hole. Now, there's no reward, strictly speaking. Nothing unlocks when you throw all gnomes into that hole. But of course, for each of them, you're gonna get beans. Oh, what about that one? He toppled over. Okay, that's pretty funny. And this time, we got no beans from that guy. Isn't that wonderful? Well, let's cheer ourselves up with a couple of Professor Lockhart statues.
Here you go. Every flavor beans.
Now guys, if after this point you're gonna tell me he's not the best professor Hogwarts has ever had, I'm just not gonna listen to you anymore. Okay, we are at halfway point to the way to the final star, which feels pretty cool. I always love when level design lets us see that. By the way, it's night sky above, which doesn't really make sense at this point in the story. But this challenge is actually never accessible during night, so that's a bit odd. A bit of an oversight from the extended mod. But then again, at Hogwarts it can mean, oh, it's an enchanted ceiling or something like that. And we got a chocolate frog despite the fact we had full health. That's a bit of a bummer. Oh, let's just make it and collect the star. And you can absolutely open up that inconspicuous wall with Alahomora. Let's not drop the bean here.
I've always been generous with my beans.
This makes me nervous, it could fall into the pit. Awesome. Okay, and we can make it, we don't need to wait for the platforms to levitate. Now something really vicious will happen from these two trapdoors. Yep, there they are. Oh, Harry, you missed. Ah! Okay, let's take this bean. And now, aim for the portrait. Ah! No, I really messed that up. Although I think these crabs are so large, they have trouble recovering from being toppled over. So we should be fine. Whoa. Yeah, this is not an easy jump. And I'm saying that as a Tomb Raider veteran. But there's gonna be one far worse in the Spongified challenge. My god. Okay, gave me a bit of a trouble. Now in the next room is something that should have been a very intricate puzzle, but instead, let me show you the sequence. Just go right, middle, left, and my friends, you solve the puzzle? Just run quickly before the bridge collapses. I guess every piece of the bridge is on a separate timer, but you can just do this. No reason to even, you know, wreck your brains about it. Okay, very cozy study, I love it, but we are still missing a challenge star, so we don't want to collect the final one. You know what that means. Oh, 10 beans already? Let's see, let's see. 14, perfect. Very generous. Let's open up this window. And here we have Professor Lockhart's secret painting tower, or however the hell we would call it. A bit of an overlook where he has privacy to admire the most impressive person in the wizarding world. Himself, of course. Must be very lonely though. If you're absolutely the best human being that's ever existed, it gets lonely, I imagine. The struggles Professor Lockhart goes through. Okay. And my friends, that's essentially it.
Good job, Harry.
Indeed. Yeah, no house points for us or anything like that, but hey, we can take a look at 11 out of 11 challenge stars and 3 out of 3 secrets, and quite a significant boost to a number of Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. So that's it for this challenge. That was a lot of fun. I honestly wish it would show you during that animation on screen how many challenge stars and secrets you got. Because it does so for the spell challenges along with the house points.
Cheers.
Exactly. Now, like I said, it's gonna be a while before we'll tackle Professor Lockhart's other challenge, but still, this was pretty neat. Now, I think before we miss it, we should definitely hurry. I'd better hurry to the House Point ceremony. It's by the entrance hall. Exactly. Now, if you are playing the normal retail version of the game, I advise you to head into the Gryffindor common room because it contains the nearest save game book. Thankfully, the extended mod saves the game whenever you transition even between freely explorable areas. So, for example, from library to the Hogwarts staircases, where we are right now, the grand staircase. But when we transition to the Hogwarts entrance, it will save the game again.
Don't think you can outwit me, Mr. Potter. I'm on to you.
Are you proud of yourself? Really? Okay. Well, anywho, let's parkour our way down. Who needs to wait for the flying stairs? And now, in the extended mod, this will save the game. If you're playing the retail, you might think about popping the save game book underneath us, or the one in the Gryffindor common room. And the reason is simple. I'm gonna show you the way to get the most beans out of the first visit into the bean bonus room. Oh, she doesn't like that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. But it's incredibly tight and stressful the first time around, because you don't really have that many more points than Slytherin, which is exactly what determines the time you're gonna get in the bean bonus room. Plus, the number of points that either of the other three houses has at this point is, within certain intervals, randomized. For example, in my other playthrough, Slytherin were at 50 points, now they're at 73, which means we're gonna have even less time to pick up everything. And it's gonna be extremely stressful, but I'm here to guide you.
Good morning, everyone. For those of you who have trouble remembering names, I am Albus Dumbledore, Headmaster of Hogwarts. Welcome to the very first weekly House Point ceremony of the school year. The house with the most points wins a visit to the Bean Bonus Room. The length of the visit depends on how many more points they have over the second-placed house. Let's take a look at the scores. Oh, it appears that Gryffindor is in the lead. Harry, it looks like you get to visit the bonus bean room. Good luck. And remember, you only have a limited time to collect beans.
If it wouldn't be Harry, it'd be Malfoy. Ah, let's run, run, run. We don't have much time. Let's jump up here to pick up that bean. Then immediately, let's head to the left. I have what I think is the most optimal route. And collect those. That's a very tricky drop, but it's absolutely worth it. Because those are beans we shouldn't even get at this stage, because we don't know the Spongify spell. But heck, I'm gonna show you anyway. Now immediately cast at the chest and at the fountain, but don't stick around. Let's run up. We don't need to be around and wait for those beans to come out. We're gonna scoop them up later on. Let's use the staircase over here. My god, we really don't have much time. I think this time around, we just got extremely unlucky with how many points Slytherin have. I don't remember them ever having this many. Ooh, nice. Those jumps are actually very tricky to pull off. Okay, the contents of the fountain are ours, as is the bottom courtyard picked clean. Let's immediately use the stairs on the left. Oh my goodness, this is not great. I mean, we are doing great. We just been dealt a very bad hand with how many points Slytherin got. Okay, and now we're gonna enter two circular chambers with chests. Do not wait around. Pick up these beans whilst the chest is being opened. Guys, if this looks stressful, that's because it absolutely is. Oh my god, no, that bean flew all the way there. That slowed us down. That can occasionally happen. But it's still better than waiting for the chest to open whilst you're just standing in it, not collecting the beans around, okay? Okay, plenty of bouncing physics that can screw you over in this challenge. Let's see it. Okay, this was slightly better. They were a wee bit closer. Let's keep going. By the way, the number of beans you get from the fountain is randomized, so I cannot even give you a fixed number of these ones. Let's open that chest whilst we collect everything around here. And unfortunately, I have some bad news for you. We're gonna have to wait for this chest to open up. It's still a time saver, though it might not look like it. But the way the beans would spread otherwise would cause more mayhem. Okay, guys, and we should, I think, just about make it. Every bean we can collect during our first visit. Let's jump here. Okay, quick, before the timer disappears. Please, Harry, that one. Yes, guys, we did it. We collected every possible bean. My goodness. Now with that very stressful ending out of the way, I'm gonna take some rebreather, but not before I thank my free Patreon members, as well as my amazing loyal Winstons. Blank Goopel, Mick, Severin Drax, Enstickle, Katie Danger, and Pooh the 2. Big thanks goes to my caretaker Winstons, Michael McConkey, Karavetu, and Renegade Durney. A special thanks goes to both of my veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianetti and Alexander. And finally, I would like to give a very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmine. Thank you so much for your generous support of the channel and also for getting us an invite into Gilderoy Lockhart's secret fan club. Without your invitation, we would never make it to this cool hidden challenge, and I can't wait to see what the next one holds. And thank you to everyone watching. Tomorrow we will finally have some Quidditch practice because Harry is particularly rusty after that long summer. So I will see you then.